Why is it that so many of us, despite our best intentions, keep falling for people who hurt us? Why do we end up attracted to the ones who are unavailable, emotionally distant, or even toxic? Is it bad luck, poor judgment, or is there something deeper going on inside our hearts and minds? Welcome to Shalom Kidd's Love Garden, where we plant seeds of wisdom about love, healing, and relationships. Today, we're digging deep into the psychology of attraction, specifically why so many people repeatedly fall for the wrong partners. This video will not only open your eyes, but also empower you to break free from cycles that keep you stuck in unhealthy love patterns. By the end, you'll understand yourself better, and that is the first step toward finding real, lasting love. Let's begin. Reason number 1. Familiarity feels safe even when it's harmful. Psychologists call this the familiarity principle. As human beings, we are naturally drawn to what feels familiar. If you grew up in an environment where love was inconsistent, maybe a parent was absent, critical, or unpredictable, you might subconsciously feel drawn to partners who replicate that same pattern. Even though it hurts, it feels normal. Your brain mistakes familiarity for safety, and so you end up chasing what you already know, even if it's unhealthy. Reason number 2. We confuse chemistry with compatibility. That spark you feel when you meet someone, the butterflies, the rush, the obsession, it's intoxicating. But that spark is often more about chemistry than compatibility. Chemistry can be triggered by many things: mystery, unavailability, even emotional danger. But compatibility is different. Compatibility is about shared values, emotional safety, and mutual respect. Too often, people mistake fireworks for love, and by the time the sparks fade, they realize the foundation is weak. Reason number 3. Trauma bonds. This one is heavy, but it's real. A trauma bond forms when we connect deeply with someone who also hurts us. It's the cycle of pain and reward, the moments of hurt followed by apologies, passion, or affection that makes the bond addictive. The brain releases dopamine during the highs and cortisol during the lows, creating a push-pull dynamic that feels impossible to break. People stuck in trauma bonds often say, "I know they're bad for me, but I can't let go." That's not weakness, it's psychology at work. Reason number 4. Low self-worth. When we don't believe we deserve better, we accept less. A person with healthy self-esteem sets boundaries, but someone who struggles with self-worth tolerates disrespect, dishonesty, or neglect because they believe that's the best they can get. Attraction is deeply tied to the way we see ourselves. If you think you are unworthy of healthy love, you will unconsciously gravitate toward partners who confirm that belief. Reason number 5. The chase feels exciting. There is something in human psychology that craves challenge. Some people mistake being ignored, rejected, or undervalued as a sign that they must win the person over. This turns love into a competition, and the harder the chase, the more obsessed they become. Unfortunately, when the chase ends, if it ever does, the reality often feels empty. The thrill was in the pursuit, not in the actual relationship. Reason number 6. Media and cultural conditioning. Movies, songs, and even social media often glorify unhealthy love. How many times have we seen films where the toxic, brooding partner is portrayed as the one? How many songs romanticize pain, jealousy, or obsession? These narratives sink into our subconscious. We start believing that real love must be dramatic, painful, or filled with chaos. And so, we unknowingly seek partners who match those scripts. Reason number 7. Unmet childhood needs. Many people keep trying to rewrite the story of their childhood through their romantic relationships. For example, if your father was absent, you may chase emotionally unavailable men, hoping that this time you'll finally win their love. If your mother was critical, you may end up with partners who criticize you, subconsciously trying to prove you can earn approval. This is not conscious, it's the inner child longing for closure. But relationships cannot heal unhealed childhood wounds, they often magnify them. Reason number 8. The myth of potential. One of the most dangerous traps is falling in love with someone's potential instead of their reality. We see who they could be, not who they are. We tell ourselves, if I love them enough, they'll change. If I stay patient, they'll grow. But potential is a promise that may never be fulfilled. Real love requires seeing the present clearly, not clinging to a fantasy of the future. Reason number 9. Intermittent reinforcement. This is a powerful psychological concept. When rewards come inconsistently, the attachment becomes stronger. For example, if someone is hot and cold, sometimes giving affection, other times withdrawing, it creates an addictive loop. The uncertainty makes the brain crave those rare moments of love even more. It's the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. Many toxic relationships operate on the cycle: pain, then affection, then pain again, and it keeps people hooked. Reason number 10, fear of being alone. At the deepest level, some people stay attracted to the wrong partners simply because the idea of being single feels scarier than being mistreated. Loneliness can feel unbearable, so they settle. But here's the truth: being single is never as damaging as being with someone who drains your soul. So, what can you do about all this? Let's talk about breaking the cycle. The first step is awareness. You can't change a pattern you don't recognize. By understanding these psychological reasons, you've already taken the first step toward freedom. The second step is healing your inner child. Much of our attraction is rooted in old wounds. Therapy, journaling, and self-reflection can help you face the patterns from your past and stop replaying them in your present. The third step is raising your standards. Ask yourself, what do I deserve? What are my non-negotiables? Write them down. When you know your worth, you won't be swayed by chemistry alone. The fourth step is learning to separate excitement from love. Healthy love is not always thrilling in the beginning. It often feels calm, safe, and consistent. Don't reject someone just because they don't give you chaos. Stability is sexy when you've healed. And the fifth step is patience. Attraction patterns don't change overnight. You may slip back into old habits, but each time you catch yourself, you grow stronger. The goal is progress, not perfection. Here's the bottom line: falling for the wrong person does not mean you are broken. It means you are human, shaped by experiences, wounds, and longings. But awareness gives you power. You can unlearn toxic attraction and rewire your heart toward partners who bring peace, not pain. Before we close, I want to remind you of something very important. You are worthy of healthy, lasting love. You don't have to earn it, you don't have to beg for it, and you don't have to settle for less than it. The love you long for begins with the way you love yourself. When you believe you deserve peace, you will stop chasing chaos. Thank you for spending this time with me in Shalom Kidd's Love Garden. If today's message opened your eyes, do me a favor, like this video, share it with someone who needs clarity, and subscribe to the channel. By doing that, you're helping us spread wisdom, healing, and love to people around the world. Remember this: unhealthy attraction might be powerful, but healthy love is transformative. Choose peace, choose growth, and never forget you are worthy of the kind of love that feels like home.